The Deputy Speaker of Parliament and President of the Organization of African, Caribbean and Pacific States, Parliamentary Assembly Thomas Tayebwa has urged the 79-member bloc to focus on practical economic issues that directly improve the livelihoods of citizens. Tayebwa says the organization's relevance would increasingly be judged by its ability to champion policies that create jobs, strengthen regional industries and enable member states to derive greater value from their natural resources.
Will depend on the continued support of member states. I therefore invite this council to reaffirm its commitment to a stronger Parliamentary Assembly, recalling that it remains an integral pillar of the OACPS governance architecture and a partner in advancing the organization's transformation agenda. Last, on the implementation of the Samoa Agreement, and I'll be visiting the Caribbean where the parliaments requested me to go back again and engage. Members of parliament stand by ready to support this process of ratification. Where ratification is still pending, they can help to advance it by supporting the necessary parliamentary procedures, promoting greater understanding of the agreement and encouraging timely national action.
The matter has been long championed by President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, who has consistently argued that Africa cannot achieve meaningful prosperity while exporting raw materials and importing finished products.
That we shouldn't export our minerals as raw materials, but we should add value. Okay? Across the organization, member states of the organization. And we are continuing, Mr. President, as independent countries signing agreements with the EU, with the US on critical raw materials. We are not even addressing it from a regional perspective. They are booking raw materials from our side. They are not booking space for factories.
Tayebwa backed his argument with figures showing that Africa holds an estimated $29.5 trillion in mineral wealth, about 20% of the global total, but continues to lose substantial economic value because of its minerals leave the continent in raw processed form. Instead of refining or manufacturing higher value products locally, African countries export ores and concentrates, allowing other economies to capture the largest share of the value chain. According to Tayebwa, this model has left exporting employment opportunities and industrial growth alongside its natural resources. He observed that the continent processes only a small proportion of the minerals it produces, while countries that import those minerals generate far greater wealth through manufacturing.
And then we continue to go to those same countries to borrow. Yet what we are borrowing is gotten from what they've gotten from our side and merely added value. I remember my president gave us some feedback last, I think around 2023, when the coffee market was, global market, was worth around $465 billion.
Tayebwa also revisited one of President Museveni's long-standing examples of the coffee value chain to illustrate how commodity-producing countries receive only a fraction of the wealth generated from the products they produce. The example, he said, demonstrates why African countries must move beyond exporting raw commodities and instead invest in processing and manufacturing industries that retain value at home. Tayebwa warned the OACPS Council of Ministers that unless the bloc redefines its priorities by focusing on issues that matter most to ordinary citizens, it risks losing its relevance.
Producers, you produce 465 billion worth of value and get only 25 billion US dollars. And we continue to read from the book of Lamentations for us who are Christians. There's also a book of Acts in the same Bible. So, and we also ask ourselves, I ask my Secretary General, that why would the headquarters of the OACPS be in Brussels?
The OACPS brings together countries from Africa, the Caribbean and Pacific to promote cooperation on trade, sustainable development and political dialogue. Winnie Nalusiba, report.